Good evening, traders. How you guys doing? Missed you guys. Been away for a little bit. Sorry for the lack of content, lack of stuff. Like I said before the last show, I've been away for a little bit. So hope you guys have been doing well. And I want to kick off this week with a new trade review. And and a little bit look at the morning and what I've been doing this week. How I've been trading, and I'm fairly, mad because I did not record my screen today, so the recording we're going to watch is from yesterday, but I want to review something, and what we're going to do in the show is we're going to review yesterday's open and today's open, where the charts were at, what we are looking at, and what the possibilities of the trades were at the open, and this will kind of take into account what I said in the pre-market, and then what happened when the market opened. So we're going to take a look at all that. We're going to review a trade from today, which worked. Even though I don't have video of it, I'll show it. And for you guys who are in Discord or the VTF, you'll know what I'm talking about. I called this Tesla trade out, entries and exit. Hey Dan, what's going on? So we'll review that trade, and then we will review a trade from yesterday morning. Which was pretty much all I pretty much all I did yesterday. I didn't do much just because it was the first day of the week, and I kind of locked stuff in. So hey, I'm Gator, and let's kick this off. As always, guys, if you like this type of content, or you like this content, you want to help the channel out, send some love my way, like the video, share it with your friends, let them know, what we're doing, subscribe to the channel, and it really helps me, gives me motivation to keep doing this kind of stuff, and I do enjoy doing it and helping, helping y'all out. So if it's something you like and you think it's worth it, then drop a like on this and all that other fun stuff. So let's take a look at this first. Let's drop my face out of the way. So today I took Netflix overnight. It does look like I'm going to be, what's wrong with this? There we go. It does like, I'll be a loser in that one. That's fine. I had a reason I took it. I thought that was Geronimo was probably going to be right, and there was like a 70% chance I was going to lose in it. But I had a really big day today, and I risked about 10%, a little bit less than 10% of my day on a Netflix short. And obviously it's up 20 points or so. So we'll see how I play that one out. I'll let y'all know in the morning when I exit. But let's look at today really quick. And what did I say this morning in the pre-market? We're going to go to the 2-minute chart. This is a screen recording, so or yesterday, I'll just do this. So let's look at where we opened up at. We opened up at the 2-minute 200. And what did me and some of the other guys say in the rooms? Like, hey, we're opening up in the middle of the 21 and the 200, and on the 5-minute, I think the 5-minute we were set up okay. The 15-minute we were right at a moving average. Hourly we were fine, but the 2 minutes the main thing, and we were opening up below or at that 2-minute 200 and below. So we expected Tesla to be choppy this morning, and we expected it to be super annoying, and it failed the 200 and went short. I didn't take it short. I actually barely traded. And the trade that I said today is I'm waiting for Tesla. I don't remember when it was. We could jump back. We never type stuff into the Discord. Another thing, if you guys want something in the Discord, or you want more talking than what we're doing, or you want something else, let us know. I definitely don't mind, adapting how we run the Discord to what's going to help the most amount of people. But so this was the trade that I looked for in Tesla today. I called it, and this is what we were looking for. So we had this happen, a clear leg. And if you're looking at this, you already know what's going to happen. So as this started ticking up, I said what I was going to do and what I was looking for. And I'm like, man, this is kind of annoying price action. And I think I tried one short in here somewhere and lost in it when it hit the 21, and it went down, and I got broke even, maybe lost 10, 20 cents. And I was flat at this point in the day. I think I had like been up 2 grand, down 2 grand, and then basically back to flat. Like I was bouncing around, you know, a point up, a point down, not trading very large size. So Tesla pops up, it goes into here. We finally have a red takes green. So we retrace. We're below 50% of the last move. We hit the 61.8% retracement line. We pull up. As soon as we hit VWAP and we tag, as it starts going down, I'm pretty sure somewhere in here I said that I was taking Tesla short. I took Tesla short, rode this down to about here, sold half. I only took 10 contracts. I sold half of the contracts here for a 3 point win. And then I sold the other half at the 127% retracement mark. And that was pretty much my day at that point. You know, 10 contracts, I think it was a 3 or 4 grand trade. And then I was basically done. I did do another trade, and we'll jump over to that one today. But I'm going to go to another trade and show it live. The reason I'm doing this one, and thanks, Anya. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, girl. So the reason I'm showing this one is when we have a choppy morning, what do we do? We're worried. We're like, man, this price action sucks. It says this, it says this. It does, but it just is what it is. Like we called that it was going to be a choppy morning early. And inside, you know, first 45 minutes or so, we're going to be difficult. We said, this is what we think it's going to be. And we're like, man, and actually I can pull up my Fidelity so y'all can review my entries in this. I'll show y'all my entries and exits on this one. But I had a trade idea, and this is the thing that, you know, going back to previous of my working vacation, I never remember my password. I don't think that's right. Give me one second. That's not my password. That might be my, there we go. So, you're frustrated. You don't know what's going on, why it isn't working, or it's kind of choppy action. You just have to be able to zoom out. And I was able, in a sense, to zoom out and to look at, okay, what's going on? What are we in? Okay, we have a clearly defined leg down off of the 200. We're now below the 2-minute 21, and now we have an opportunity to short. My first opportunity to short was here. This is the first trade I took because I front run. So the actual strategy, for those of you who are watching this and like, what's the strategy? The actual strategy doesn't trigger until here. This is the first strategy. When a red takes green, I sometimes front run, which means I sometimes lose. On the way up, front running a strategy. So at the 21 is the first time I take it. You know, it goes down some, and then it pops up, and I take like 10, 20 cent loss, I don't know, break even. And then it goes up to here, and then I short here. Let's look at what time that was at so I can show you all this entry and exit. Was that 10 o'clock? I didn't do a ton of trading today. I actually did not take very many trades today. All right, so yeah, I took a 20 cent loss on that previous one. So let me float this really quick, and we'll take a look at this trade just for time's sake and for the haters. I don't think y'all are, there's no haters out here, but you know, just in case. If I'm going to talk about a trade, I want to show it. So it's not floating. Give me 1 second. Float window. There we go. All right, so here you go. On this, you can see the entries and exits. I hope you can. This is a very small. I don't think I can make that bigger. No, I can't. So you could see. You can see here. The first loss, it was like 20 cents. That was on this front run that I talked about. And then you can see the actual trade, the entry on the trade. 27.74 was the entry, and the time of the entry was 9:59:09. And then my first sell was at 10:05 10.05 on this leg was right about here when it tagged the 100% retracement. That's usually your first exit to guarantee you a win, so you can hold to the 127. Probably could have held it because it was really getting momentum, but I just decided to sell because you never know. And then I sold the second half at 10.07, which is when it came down here and hit the 127 retracement. Sold the other half for $34.45. So I made 4 points on the first 5 contracts, and I made 3 points, roughly a little bit less, on the rest of the contracts. So that was that trade. Good trade, very happy with it. That pretty much set up my morning and locked it in. Like at that point, I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to do anything else. That's, I don't know what that is, 4 or 5 grand, something like that, a little less. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I've traded successfully now. I've traded smart. I avoided a choppy morning. I didn't get wrecked. I knew it was going to be choppy. And I just sat back, and I didn't talk that much this morning because I was like, hey, there's not much. I'm waiting for a trade I like. This action isn't really to my favor. Not a big fan of this. Let's wait for something to set up. All right, I like this. Here we go. And, that was the trade. I let the trade work. I let the trade play it out. Yeah, Robert, I took a 20-something cent loss at that one. It was a good front run entry, to be honest, and I would take that loss that you and I took there 10 out of 10 times. Like every time I would take that. No joke. I would take that. I would have taken this loss here at this 21 all the time. And then I would also always re-enter here because you hit the 61.8% retracement and VWAP. And then you put in this and you go down. So I would always take a front run loss here, and I would always front run here. Like I always play my strategies like that, and I usually will take a front run loss here. If it doesn't work, I wait for the next big level to come in, and I know that this is the next thing I'm looking for. So that was the trade today. The next trade I did today, which was one of the only other ones. Geronimo had called the Qs. I took a Qs play. And then I took Meta. Where time did I take Meta? $10.39. No, it wasn't Meta. That was a Q's play. So I took Meta off of the 21 here. And if you guys were in I think I might have done it in the VTF. I'm not sure if I called it out in Discord. I think I did. I said I like Meta. Meta can run here with the Qs. I took Meta long, and because of the way it was trading, it was above the 71 level. Oh no, it was here, 1040. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong time frame. So it was in here. You had this triple top here. We're below. We were messing around here. I hadn't messed with Meta yet. It kept hitting this and failing, hitting this and failing. Well, I looked at this and just chart pattern recognition, I guess, or something. I don't even know. But when you look at something like this, and you have this level that has been respected, and I can go back on a chart and show like what level this is. Look at it your own charts. The price level is 171.53. It's been a key level. It was a key level this morning. So you hit it, you break lower, but now you're putting in here, you're putting in lower lows. So lower, low, lower, low, low, low. And now you start going a little bit higher. You make this little push up. And now what do I see? Okay, so the 2-minute 21's here. We popped up. All right, so at this point here, I loved Meta because you're pulling down. This is a lower pivot, higher pivot low. This is a higher pivot low into the 21, into VWAP. We're above it now. The Qs had done a 5-minute reversal. Bam, here we go. This can now break this level. And if we break this level, the reason I like this is you're looking back and you're seeing, hey, this can go and this can actually rip through $75 and fill the gap. Because if you look here on the daily chart, if I get my face out of the way, my face does not want to go the way on this. There you go. You, at that point in the day, were right here, and you had this gap to fill. So if you were going to get above the 71.53 level, I said I thought that you were going to fill the gap to 75. and we definitely did fill that gap to 75. Where am I at? And we did that. That was the trade idea for that. I left, so I actually sold somewhere around here because my kids were screaming, and I had to go. I really wanted to stay and trade this and do the pullback and run it all the way up. Looking back, I should have just left a runner, and I should have got in left runner. I didn't. I just sold here. And then my kids were hollering out, so I was like, I'm going to go, guys, and take care of them. This ended up being, I made what I made in Tesla in this trade, basically. And then I locked it in for the day, a little bit more actually in this than I did in Tesla. And then I locked it in for the day. And I think I came back, but I don't think I traded anymore other than to take a Netflix put. I was up 30 cents in that. And, you know, it was about 8% of my day or something like that. I risked, and that was fine. I'll lose that tomorrow, and that's okay. Start off, it's not going to matter. But yeah, and then it pulled down. I think when I left, I said, watch for the pull down. You should rock it off, and you should eventually fill this gap. Those were my trades today. That's the trade review. I wish I had the video, but now let's watch the video from yesterday. And I kind of did a similar thing yesterday. So Tesla went at the open. You can see this. I'll move myself out of the way. And I'm reviewing the beginning of the day because the beginning of the day is a time when we have the ability to lose. And to kind of tilt and to mess up a little bit. Advice for trading Meta, you just need to watch it and see how it trades differently. So you have to you have to watch you have to understand it moves differently than Tesla. And trade smaller size and let the trade work is the way I trade Meta. So let's look at Tesla's trade yesterday. This one was live because I recorded kind of. So at this point in the day, I can't see what time it is. I'm going to have to mess around on these charts. This is the first time trying to do them like this. I'm obviously trying to change how I record stuff. So 31.36. So I tried to trade this with a limit order and catch this breakout. It didn't work. That would have been a massive play for me. I was kind of bummed I didn't get it. So let's watch how I trade the open now after this. So it's in. I don't know why I just randomly click stuff there. So we're going up. This is a 2-minute chart on the bottom, a 1-minute chart on top, in case you guys are wondering. 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart. I know I want to buy Tesla. It's breaking out. All right, I'm in. I'm buying the 2-minute breakout here. Getting ready to sell. Boom, I'm buying that 2-minute breakout because we had that explosion. And I want you to notice something where we're at on the chart. All right, I should sell. Do I sell yet? No, I'm not sure what I do here. I'm giving it room to work. Going into R2. Still giving it room. It's not ripping up like it should. I'm down a little bit. I'm up a little bit. I'm giving the trade room because it was a big 2-minute explosion candle. Generally, I don't like to do this, especially into R2. This was a little bit more of a gutsy call holding it, but it was just so strong. And I think there were other market conditions that made me really want to take this trade and hold this trade. So you've got your 1 minute, your 1 minute going higher, going through R2. We should push. We should push. I'm thinking we should push. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. So I'm just thinking in my head. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, it's still holding up. It's still strong. This tape isn't bad. This is fine. Nothing I'm seeing here tells me that we're weak. We're trying to pull down. We still held up. Let's go. Come on, break out. Come on, let's go break out. And I'm not holding this because I necessarily want to make more money. I'm holding it because I don't think the trade is done. Like you had this massive igniting bar, the market's going, your moving averages are below you. I think we have a little bit of a pop in us, was my thought yesterday at this point in the day. So I'm ready to sell. I think I should have sold now and I didn't. Like I was up a lot. Like obviously it could have been 2 points in this trade. I'm pretty sure I wait too long and I should have sold now. This was the point to sell. I don't sell there. That was a mistake. And I don't take a loss, but I should have sold sooner. Be that as it may, I'll sell now. I think I realized that I should have sold. I sell. There we go. No price improvement on either one of those. All right, so now, what do we have? What do we have? What am I looking at here? So that's the first. So that's the first trade out of the gates. So what are we looking at? All right, we're about $1,000 up on the day. First day back. I haven't traded in over a week. All right, good first run. You held that a little long. Probably shouldn't have done it. All right. Am I just going to slam in the next time I think Tesla's going higher? No. What am I looking for now? I'm done with that trade. First 5 minutes of the day, that trade worked. You didn't trade it perfectly. You sold a little bit late. You know, all in all, good trade. Nothing to complain about. What, a little over a point there. All right. What do you need to do? I'm thinking now, Matt, all right, what am I looking at next? Okay, what does Tesla need to do for me to buy it again? Because I already sold it. I think it's going to go down. What do I need to do? Put this up. All right, so watch the next time I buy. This is important. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm not getting sucked in right now. I'm watching the 1 minute. I'm watching. My eyes are kind of, I mean, I have another chart. I'm not actually looking at what this is. This is just more for me recording. But I have a chart that looks like this and looks like this. It's on another place on my screen. So I'm waiting for a pullback. All right, here we go. Now I'm ready to get in. We're at the bottom of this 2 minute. I should be ready to get in. All right, I'm watching. We have a 1 minute. So now what strategy is setting up? At this point, what has happened? Talk yourself through a trade. What has happened at this point? We have accelerated up. We are in the middle of a bullish sequence. We popped up. We went higher. We exploded. Now we pull down. Where did we pull down to? Right here. What's the bottom? We had the bottom of a previous 2 minute candle. The first 2 minute high is right here. Let's keep the bullish action going. If we want to get a higher move, what could happen? I think the bottom of this candle, it holding up, okay, it failed to flush and break through it. Let's watch it. But now I am ready for an entry. What other strategy do we have that is now set up? A Mark 1 right here. You have a 1 minute candle that is below the previous. Now I know it hasn't closed yet. You still have 7 seconds. Look down here before this closes. It doesn't matter. I am now treating this like a full Mark 1. Got VWAP below us. All right, let's go. That's what's in my head now. All right. I should have jumped in there. I'm a little bit slow. I think I might have been typing something or looking at something else. That generally would have been my buy point. I'm pretty sure I'm distracted. I might be typing in chat. That was the buy point. Be that it may, it doesn't matter. Like if I wasn't slow, that would have been the buy point. I think I realized that, and I look at it here. All right, we have a Mark 1 set up, but I'm not just buying now. I miss my entry. Because I miss when I normally would get in. That doesn't mean I just jump in now. This tape isn't telling me to get in yet. I'm not seeing something here that says just jump in. Now, it looks good. I'm getting a level. I'm like, okay, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. All right. And I'm not looking on these charts either. There's another chart. I just can't fit it on this recording. So, watching the tape. I'm waiting. I'm like, you know what? If we get a red 2 minute bar, that's fine. I'm going to wait for that. We're going to see if we get a red 2 minute bar. Let's see if this will close or if this starts ticking up. I depress the button because I'm ready to get in. I'm watching the level 2 here. I'm in. This started popping up through 42. I take my entry. I'm ready to sell. I'm ready to sell now. Boom, there we go. Your Mark 1 just triggered. For those of you who are like, oh, C strategies don't work or whatever it is. There's your Mark 1. You front ran it. You got in. At that point, I didn't sell. At that point, you would already be green. You could have got in that trade and been fine. I'm looking for a 2 minute green takes red, I think. I'm looking for continuation. The smartest thing that I could have done there maybe was sold. So if all you were doing was a Mark 1, and for you guys who want to do that, and you don't want to hold for the bigger moves, there's nothing wrong with that. At this point, I could have lost a point on that trade because it whipped against me. I didn't because I had a trade idea. I was looking for a move probably to $45 or something like that. Like I probably had, like I thought it was going to pop and continue, so I gave it more room because I thought that before I got in the trade. I could be right or wrong. When I'm wrong on these, I usually lose. I'm not holding this because I'm down on the trade now. I'm holding this because when I entered, I had a target in mind and I had something I was looking for, right or wrong. Yes, I could have sold the pop easily right there. That first pop, 1 point, bam. That would have been another $1,000 in my pocket. Right or wrong, that's not what I did. But if you are looking to do that, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Don't try to hold because you just see me or somebody else doing something. There's a reason I took this trade and held it. I don't even know if I end up, like, I'm not sure what happens on this one. Let's see. I might lose on it. I think I win. I think it pops. I think it goes for me. I'm still watching the tape in the level 2. As long as we hold this, I'm kind of fine with giving myself a point or two. I'm not scared of losing a point or two on it. I think that this is a bullish sequence. We're in an active bullish sequence off of the 21 and the 200. I think we're going to push higher. Here we go. Up another point now. Came back. That's fine. Here we go. We should bust out. I'm like, all right, come on, come on. You should bust through 45 here. At least get me through 45. Don't make me sell. Don't make me sell. I'm probably saying that to myself unless I'm talking. All right, come on. Let's go through 45. I'm just watching this. This is all bullish. This is all bullish here. If it's getting taken out, that's fine. Not worried about this. That's fine. It's still holding in the 40s. 45. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me some explosion so I can sell with some stuff here. When do I sell? At any point, you could sell here. You're not wrong for selling here. I'm not trying to hit a home run on the trade. I just have I don't remember what it was because it was yesterday. But there was probably something I was looking at or some target I had for some reason. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Break 45. There we go. This is still all bullish. We're not going any lower. All right. I should start getting ready to sell here. All right. Now you should sell. Should definitely sell. Exploded. Unless my target was 50. I don't think my target was 50. It might have been 50 because of R3, and that might have been what I was going for. It was like 48 or something like that. I can't remember. I should have sold on this pop at this point. I don't know why I'm still holding this, which is weird for me to say now in hindsight. I will say I give myself, all right, there you go. I will say I'll give myself a little bit. I might have just waited because it really hadn't started pulling down, and then it pulled down there. And what's that? 2 points on that trade. So we're $3,000 up on the day in 2 trades. At this point, I'm done. I think I take 1 or 2 other trades and I am up $3 or $4,000 and I'm done for the day. First day back, the most important thing is locking it in. And I didn't expect us to break out. And that's how I decided to come back from not trading. Instead of now continuing to catch everything and to break out, or to catch everything and to try to make 10 grand or whatever it was. Like I traded and barely 10 minutes into the day, I was up 3 or 4 grand and I'm done. And it's like, okay, I'm up. And then I did a few more trades. I think I traded, I don't even remember, but I took a few more and that was that. And I think I added on like a third more to my day. The difference, and then I'll answer maybe Anya's question a little bit more for Tesla. The difference in yesterday and today, and this is so important to know. At the open, yesterday, look at the 2-minute chart. Where are we at? And if you guys have questions, throw them in chat, leave them in afterwards. If you're watching this video and you would like to leave a like, feel free to do so. Where are we at in relation to the 200 and the 21 on the 2-minute chart yesterday? Here. Where's this at? We're above it, right? So we're above that level. We don't have it over top of us. So what do we see at the open? On a gap up, okay, we have clear air. We're in a bit, here's a nice igniting sequence. Another nice igniting bar, a pull down, failed 2-minute breakdown. Like I said, I missed the entry, got back in, sold up here somewhere, and then thankfully I locked it in. And you could have done something like this, I guess, but it really wouldn't be. To me, this wouldn't be really a move. I wouldn't have been looking for this because you're kind of extended. I think the market overall, where the Qs were at, I didn't think the market was going higher yesterday. I thought we were going to go inside and fade. So, and because we're off the 200 this much, I actually didn't look to take this longer. I might have tried. No, I didn't. I was talking with somebody. I think I was trading with CT. or somebody, and like when it hit this 21, I said I was waiting for it to happen, and it never did. Or it hit this, and the way it flushed it, I didn't like it because it didn't instantly pop back up, so I left it alone. Obviously, it did come back up, but I feel like at that point I was done. And then here's your real move with the fib. It's not that up move, it's this down move here. Here's a nice clear leg. So here's where your fib would come in. You retrace to the 21. So everything is condensed. You break down below all these levels. You pop back up. You hit the 21. You're very close to the 21 here. Or you hit it right here, I guess you could say. And then you have your red takes green for your trigger. And, you know, you'll hit your 127. You basically almost hit it there. But you do hit the 21 again here, and then you go through it. And you continue that sequence. Now, what's the difference in today? And this is what I want to talk, and this is kind of, yeah, ask away, Anya. And this is what you have this morning. You're gapping up into what? Into resistance. So we don't look to go long. Yesterday, we gapped up and we went long. Today, we gap up, we pop up, but we pop into the 200, and then we fail and we start breaking down. Then we catch our second leg because our moving averages are somewhere that makes it easy for us to play. So identifying those things early on the both different days helped me 2 days in a row to have green days. I was done yesterday in 30 minutes, in 15 minutes actually. I did hang out and size down and tried a few things. I was done today after that meta trade, whatever time that was, 10:30, so an hour in, and I didn't trade much in between those two trades. There wasn't much I liked. I didn't like the price action, so I was just like, all right, we're just going to wait for trades we really, really like, and if they don't come, then I'm going to go do something else. And I wish I would have, been able to hang out and scout meta all the way up to 75 or whatever, but I didn't, and that's fine. I don't mind. So yeah, Anya, if you have another question, ask away. As far as the actual review part, if that's what you're looking for, that'll be that. If you have questions about those trades, you can drop them below. And you saw me, and if you were in the VTF, you saw Kelly take this trade too. Not the one yesterday, the one today. It was funny because I entered around a little bit before him, but around the same time and the same exits. And I didn't know he was going to take that trade, and I did not look at the VTF or anything else to know. I was just trading, and I was going to take that trade anyway. And then knowing that Kelly did it, I'm like, okay, nice. It's that confirmation when you're both looking at the same things, and hopefully that's something that I can do in the when I'm trading, when I'm in the Discord and we're chatting, and we say like, oh, I'm doing this. If we call something out and you also see the same thing or you like the same thing, it just gives you that little bit of conviction. I think I came back yesterday for a Tesla short. Where was it? Anya took it. Anya, I know you took it. And somebody else, Rose, took it too. I don't remember when it was. Because like I was away and I just came back. It might have been here. I don't remember. There was a Tesla short yesterday. It might have been here. My face is in the way. It might have been here or something. And I was like, I think Tesla's going down. Or it was this. I can't remember when it was. But there was some trade I called out yesterday. And it Rose and Anya, I know y'all and maybe some others took the trade and made money in it and then locked it in after that. And it was just that little bit of confidence. And that's really, I think, what we, in a sense, bring to the table or try to help with every day when we're doing this is we, you know what we're looking at. We know what you're looking at. We're kind of trading the same, and we give each other confidence in market conditions and what we're doing. Okay, so today. So Anya's talking about this. I assume you're talking about this. So Tesla retraced a VWAP here. I said I didn't trade this, but I said, if you like it short, you could kind of take it right here, and it might might hit the 21. It actually did hit the 21, but it didn't go down and do it. It kind of went sideways and then hit the 21. I thought it was going to hit the 21 and pop. Why did I think it was going to hit the 21 and pop? Because of this. You hadn't made, so you retrace basically 100% of the previous move, or like very close to it. So it wasn't like it was in here. This I would have liked short. The only thing that kind of made me like this a little bit, and this wouldn't have been a short down, but it would have been here, and then this is the 50% retracement of the entire move. So at this point, we hadn't retraced 50% of the entire move, so there's still a chance you get a little bit of a pull down at least back to here. But so there are two things that, like, the number one reason I didn't like this, Anya, yeah, it's right here. The number one reason I did not like this, and I said it at the time, I think, was you have a rising 21. So ideally, in your third leg down, what you want to see is this. All right, we broke the 21. We come back into a descending 21 or a flattening 21, and we flush. Instead, you see us pop through the 21, and now what we're looking at is more like this trade. We broke through the 21. So it pops up through the 21, so we already don't necessarily like it. We hit VWAP, so okay, maybe we go back down, but now the 21 is rising. So you're hitting a rising 21 here, not a descending 21, so you lose confidence. Not only that, but the Qs were in the middle of a bull breakout. So Geronimo was saying, if we go over to the Qs chart on the 5-minute, so what time is this actually? This is 32. So 5-minute, 32. So what do we see? What are the Qs doing here at 32? Like, the Qs are flagging. Is this the right day? What am I? Yeah. So we're looking at a 2-minute chart. Let's look at a 5-minute chart. So at 30 and 32, where are we at? Like, look at this. We just put in this big igniting bar in the Qs, breaking us out of this. So we've been this, hammer down, bounce off of the 8, bounce off of VWAP, and now we're flagging. So I like Tesla short, kind of mixed feelings on the short, so I'm not really going to hit it heavy. You haven't hit 50% retracement of the entire move. You broke through the 21, but you've got VWAP. So there's a little bit of a scalp short here. It could flush the 21, where we might at least hit the 21. What are the overall factors in the market? Okay, so we have mixed signals on the Tesla chart, but what's happening everywhere? Well, the Qs are in the middle of a breakout, and this is why I took Meta long instead of Tesla short. You've got the Qs in the middle of a breakout, flagging and going higher. So I'm not going to take Tesla short and hold it like I did in the video earlier, and like I did in the retracement trade that I reviewed, and if y'all were in Discord, you saw it. Because the market conditions aren't set up for that. Tesla's weak, yes, but the Qs are breaking out. So the Qs actually need to fail and break down for Tesla to work. So until the Qs break down and flush, I can't trade that next leg short in Tesla. I would rather leave it alone. If it ignites down, I'll take it. You know, maybe there's a scalp or two short in there, but there's nothing I'm going to marry because the Qs are in the middle of an active breakout. And so as long as this is going and the Qs aren't going down, and you have mixed results, I'm watching this. So instead of playing this, I traded the Qs and I traded Meta to the long side. And that's when you can't just ignore the entire market and just focus on Tesla or any single name. You know, I've been burned trading Meta a couple of times because I loved the setup in the chart in Meta, and I thought it was just a great trade. But the market was doing the opposite of what I needed to do. And if you have a name that's going to follow the market, or the market can mess up your trade, it still might work, but you don't want to put it like your chance of winning went down. So that's why. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's a trade, but I don't really like it Qs are in the middle of an active breakout, flag, bull sequence. Nice igniting 5-minute candle. You really should have broke down at the 2-minute 21 if we wanted a third move. And third reason, a little bit less of one. Here's the third reason, if you guys want to know something I've been looking at and doing sometimes, is you kind of have a third move. So let's look left on a chart. Let's look left. Let's move my face out and yeah, you're welcome. I hope it helps. Let's look left. What do we see when we look left on this Tesla chart? Where are we at right now? What's over here? So let's zoom out. So we gap up. We're up here. Okay, we break down. First leg down, we basically erase this. Second leg down, a little bit of a gap up, and we put in a third leg down, basically. Where are we at now? Let's zoom out even more. We're now into a lot of support. Like, you're down here now in Tesla, and you hit this support level where there's a lot of, like, bottom of these candles. If I go to the hourly, there's probably a trigger around there. I could probably put in a support line around there. And then we pop up back above all of it. So it's like instantly buying, and we don't stop here. So the 2-minute 21 was here. So we don't stop here, which would have been very bearish, because look at where all the demand or supply zone is, I guess. Like, look at all the buyers in here. Instead of dropping here, which would have put us for a short all the way down to 707, we would have gone down to this area, in my opinion. So we would have gone from here to here, which also would have been the next leg in the retracement if you do that. Look how this kind of adds up. It's kind of funny how this works. Look at this. So we would have gone down into here, which takes this supply zone and basically takes you down into this supply zone. So maybe the top of the supply zone, the 161 is the bottom of that supply zone. So you're going from this supply zone all the way down to this one. So when Tesla failed to do that, and it pops up, and instead of doing what it needed to here, which was failing the top of this area and flushing, which would have taken us, which is what I said, if we fail the 21 here, I think we're going down to this area. Instead, it pops back up to the top of this area, and now the Qs are in an active bull sequence. So now instead of being down here and all this going below all this, you're on a trip down to 700. You're now above it, and the Qs are in a bull sequence breaking out. So that doesn't mean Tesla's necessarily ripping higher, but it definitely means I'm not taking it short, if that makes sense. So if you guys are following me and what I'm getting at, that's how it's like, I like it, but I don't, because yeah, the chart in and of itself looks bearish. Tesla's super weak. The Qs are going higher, but the Qs are breaking out. You're at these levels. I'm zooming out on the different charts. I've got my 2-minute chart, my hourly chart, my 15-minute chart, and I'm looking at it. I'm just like, no, I don't like it enough to take it short. I'm going to play some longs. I think Meta's long, and that's why I took Meta and the setup in Meta, which if you look at Meta, here's how I called. That's Met, and how I picked the target. I already kind of said it earlier in the video in Meta, but if you look at Meta here, this was resistance yesterday, worked perfectly. I called that short. This is resistance again today, but we put in a higher pivot low here off the 21, and we're going higher. That's fine. Qs are in an active sequence. Look left on a 2-minute chart. Look left, look at where that's at. Let's go to a 5-minute chart just to zoom out and get my face out of the way. So, this line, look at where we're at. Look at what we're in. We're in the top of all this range. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. What are we in? Like this level right here. This is where all this is at. All right, so if we break out and we get above this level and then push 272, we're in this gap fill, and we're going to fill this gap. Where's the natural place this trade is going to go? What up, back up. So you're looking at it like, okay, where's this going to go? Where's this trade going to take me? This trade is going to take me to fill this gap. So here's your demand zone. You break above it. you pull in, you get that igniting sequence, and you're boom, you're breaking out. And now your target basically is, well, where's the next place we're going to go? Where is the next place with sellers? Up here. And look how this line hit. Look at this 171.11. Like, look at that. There's your next level. This line is the bottom over here, but you're going to go to here. Like, generally speaking, you're going to make it into this demand zone next. So you just look left, and you had nothing basically between here and here. So you break out there and you go there. So I was like, this has been trying to get through here multiple times. I think if we get through here today, Geronimo's talking about the Qs going heavier, everything breaking out. I think Meta is going to $75. And, that's how I took that, and I didn't capitalize on the whole thing. I got 2.5 points out of it, out of the stock. So, that's why I liked that more than Tesla's short, because you had all these other things happening. And that was my thought process when I'm like you could kind of hear my hesitancy in that trade. I'm like, yeah, maybe you have room to the 21, in that short and scalping it off of VWAP with a good entry. But Meta, I thought, was the better play, or the Qs long, because of the whole, overall market stuff. So yeah, if there's no other, and that was kind of a rant, but I wanted to explain my thought process for the guys watching the video and still watching the video, to kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking through, what's going through my head, how I'm picking levels, and like, they're not out of thin air, but like, yeah, I think we could get to around this point. It's kind of a mix of those things, and when you put it all together, it kind of lets you know what you want to do. And I have made very few trades in my 2 days back, and I've had good days, only because I haven't traded a lot. I haven't loved the price action. It's been a little bit choppy at times and difficult early. So the best thing I've done is been sitting back, identify where I'm at. Yeah, I take several trades, and I'll jump in and jump out, and I'll do some other stuff, but it's really trying to be very particular with my trades, and very selective, and being patient and waiting for what I want to see, and then taking the trades I want to see, as opposed to, I like this long. Yeah, this short could work. This could work. So that's my, that's the trade review. The shows for tonight. I might do one tomorrow. I might just upload a video. We'll see. I'll try to remember to press record tomorrow, and a show on Thursday and Friday if I can. I'm done traveling for a while. I'll be home for a bit, so I should be able to continue to upload and create new content, including strategy videos and some other things. But all of these trade reviews, yeah, you're welcome. A lot of the trade review shows have a lot of the strategies in it. So if you did like this, share it with other people that are having a hard time, that are struggling. If you're having a hard time identifying trades, if, you can message me in Discord. I'll try to help you out and get to you. I've been slacking kind of with some of the responding, and it's not because I don't care, or I don't want to do whatever. I was on a youth mission trip with the youth group from the church I moved from in Maryland, and didn't get on my phone much, wasn't looking at the market, wasn't answering people. So I've got some ones to catch up on. But if if you're having a hard time, if you're struggling, if whatever it is, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll do what I can to help you. Feel free to talk through your trade, your setups, or things that you're looking at, or whatever else it is. I don't mind, and I'll definitely try to get to you. If you want to see more stuff like this, shows talking specifically about trades, let me know, or anything else. I appreciate it, guys. It's about 11 o'clock here on the East Coast in Georgia, so I'm going to get some sleep, because there's nothing like being rested in the morning. It definitely helps you feel better, and I plan on getting up at, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. I've got the kids tomorrow by myself. The wife has a doctor's appointment, so I will be trading, but I will be limited in some abilities and may not be as active tomorrow due to, watching kids. So that gets in your way. Hey, you're welcome, Pablo. Thanks, guys. Hey, I love you guys. You're the best. And I will see you all tomorrow in Discord in the NewsBeat live room. Links to both will be in the description of this video later. I'll actually have an affiliate link to the NewsBeat live room. If you do want to join and you want to get in that, click in that. It helps this channel out. You can use that link to get there. I'll post it in all my videos in the near future. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Trade smart. Get some rest. Don't stress. Remember to look left on your charts. It tells you what's going to happen on the right side. Deuces.